Started with a beatbox and a recorder. Used to rap to my homies like I'm serving the order. I was only 8. I ain't never anticipate that I would be this great. I used to dream about performing. Then I got my first break at the spaghetti dinner. Tonyo was on the drums. I felt like a winner. But the disappointment hit my flesh cold like the winter. Cause I didn't enter the game. Always been hungry for fame. Now people learning my name. I had a band in junior high. I was super duper fly like an airplane in the sky. The name was Hallucinations. It came from hallucinations, hollering in the halls, trying to connect all the nations or nationalities. Hit 15, more practicing, freestyles off the locker, skipping classes to offer a taste of my riddles. Had rainbow bitches like Skittles, but my grades went from middle to bottom. I started boosting and robbing, working the shoppers, hollering at the boppers, watching the undercovers and choppers, watching me trapping. Moved to NC, met B, he recorded me rap.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Outkast, the Outlaw, and today I'm here with
Trelli Spinelli.
Okay, Trelli Spinelli. Tell me how you got the name and where it came from.
So Trelli came from my last name, Trell. You know what I'm saying? Spinelli was actually an author of a book that I read when I was coming up. The story pretty much was about a young kid that was kind of going through something where he was trying to like figure out why people live, you know, so diverse. And another definition for Spinelli would be like, of course, everybody familiar with Recess, the tomboy that used to, you know, play in the, you know, playground and stuff like that. They called her Spinelli. So, of course, Trelli Spinelli blended together. Then you have me, you know, but I also go by K Cutter and Dos Unos, Sinaki Trail. But Trelli Spinelli is the brand.
Okay, so with them different names, do you know which name you want to use, or like you use all three of them just in different ways?
Well, I do, you know, I do use all different names. You know, I use Sinaki Trail when I'm more like conscious rap. You know, Trelli Spinelli when I'm more like trap style, something like that. Dos Uno when I'm really like hardcore, you know, but I feel like I'm more leaning towards the Trelli Spinelli because it's a mix. You know, it's like mistaken identity. You hear that name, you don't really off the break think of somebody of my, you know, stature.
Okay, so you did the freestyle in the beginning. You know, you're a very good freestyle artist.
Thank you.
I got a question. So, do you think you're a better freestyle artist, or do you think you better writing? Which one?
I really think I'm a better freestyle artist.
Right.
You know, I actually like I generate more thoughts just off the strength versus me having to sit down do a pen and pad type thing. I feel like with the pen and pad, it just take more to process.
Right.
You know, like when it come out more natural, it's more from the soul. You know, versus the mind. You know, the mind to me, you know, it's a terrible thing to waste. But if you speaking from your soul through the mind, then it all go together.
Okay. Now, you know you're an artist. Do you do anything else? Like, can you sing? I know it's like a lot of different rappers and singers do different things. So are you just a rapper, or like can you draw? Like, what are some of your other talents besides just rapping?
So right now, you know, I mean, like, I like to sing. I don't really think I can sing, you know, but I try, you know, I try on a couple tracks. For the most part, you know, as far as art-wise, I like to do like painting, you know, abstract art, you know, just drawing like different figures and shapes together, splash art, things like that. I love cars. That's my thing. I love cars, any kind of car, fast cars, you know, coupes in particular. ATVs and dirt bikes and stuff like that. Like that's what I'm into pretty much. Outside type person.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. You said you like cars. If you could compare yourself to any car, what would it be?
I would be an Aston Martin. In the particular the type of edition Aston Martin I would be 007. You know, red. Only one or two or three made in the country or the world. You know, I would be red. You know, full of a whole lot of surprises.
Okay, so with the music industry the way it is today, who are some artists that you lean to, and like what's your take on with the way like the music industry is going? Like because it's like so many different style of artists. What genre do you believe you fit in? And give me some artists that you like listen to get your style.
Alright, well for me, I listen to people like Jay-Z. You know, I listen to J. Cole. I listen to anywhere from Young Thug to Schoolboy Q to Kendrick Lamar. I mean, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Mary J. I mean, I listen to everybody. My style I consider it to be abstract. Right. You know, like I don't have a particular style that I lean towards. You know, I more say I fluctuate. You know, I beat to my own drum, and the rhythm of the drum to me can be from the windows hitting my window pane or birds chirping waking me up early in the morning to somebody coughing. Like I just make these ideas, or just hearing the metro ding. You know, when people get on and off stops, it'll make me, you know, trigger something in my mind. I just put everything together in the world. I flow off of energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you sitting down writing,
yeah,
do you think about them type of things, or do you just like sit down and think about like the stuff you've been through in your life, or like what when you sitting down writing, what do you think about?
I think about everything, not only from what I'm going through, you know, or what's happening in the world, but to the things that could be happening to other people's lives. You know, because sometimes a story that may get told to me or get told to you might not be illustrated for people to hear. So I might put it in the middle of my verse, you know, you never know. Yeah.
Okay, so getting into your verses and your music, do you have any music, or is there any way that the viewers can go find your music now, or is it a work in progress? Let me know.
Yeah, well, it is a work in progress, you know. I mean, I consider myself to be considered an indie artist. You know, I got some stuff on Instagram, Ambition to Win, with 2 eyes on the end. That's, you know, it's a lot of video clips and snippets that I got up. I consider them all hits, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it just came from the soul, you know. I got some stuff on SoundCloud as well. All of these things should be found under Trelli Spinelli or Sinai Cyphers, or you can go to Trelli for like some of my old videos, like when I first kind of started to get in the game and stuff like that. I'm more focused on marketing now and building a brand, the Trelli Spinelli, you know, and really touching the people in a way that they haven't been touched recently, you know, through the music.
Right. So, like you said like about how people being touched. Do you think about that in your music, or is it just mainly like what you think people should know?
No.
Like, what's your view on, like I said, the music industry today, and like artists and what they talk about?
Well, I feel like everybody's so caught up on what they consider the main focus, money, cars, clothes, and hoes. You know, let's go beyond that. You know, let's talk about the politics and the things that's going on in your community. You know, let's not separate ourselves from the things that are happening today, you know, from the fantasy world. You know, you sometimes when you living in the parallel world, which I consider these rappers nowadays, they live in a parallel world, you know, where they talk about all this promoting of prostitution and, you know, drugs, like it's a new evolution. But it's not, you know what I'm saying? When for real, we should be out here promoting people grinding hard and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I talk about different things I do with different, you know, endeavors that I incur in my life. But at the same time, I do that for different audiences. I like to keep it broad enough where people can't say, well, you know, she just in this one point, you know, she fluctuate. You know, I can listen to this song or listen to that song. I make things for everybody.
Okay, so go ahead and let the viewers know where they can find you on IG. I know you told them a little bit about your IG page that you have for music, but let them know where they can follow you personally to keep up with you and everything you got going on with you. Go ahead and let the viewers know.
Yeah, so K Trell on Facebook, that's KAY space KITTRELL. You feel me? That's my personal Facebook. Hit me up on that. Instagram is Ambition to Win. That's AMBITIONTOWIIN. You know what I'm saying? Trelli Spinelli. Of course, that's on SoundCloud and also on YouTube. You can peep me on that. You can Google that as well. I'll pop up. I'll show up all over the place. That's the brand. And welcome to the movement.
Okay. I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to Manny Visuals Behind the Lens. Shout out no sponsors. Y'all can go get their t-shirts. Any shout outs you want to give so we get out of here?
Yo, shout out to the whole Cutthroat So Grimy gang. You know what I'm saying? Billy G, Landover, DC, DMV, the whole DMV area. Yo, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a rose in the concrete right here. Diamond in the rough. And everybody about to feel it.
Alright. So, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Keep grinding.
Always.